I'm Super Antonio. And we're live. Welcome back to Free Roam Fridays, where we free roam with Arthur in Chapter 2. Even though we're in Chapter 1. Starting a completely new playthrough on the PS5. Spoiler alert, it's not much different than the PS4, regrettably. I mean, they upscaled it to 2160p, but we stream in 1080p, so you can't really tell the difference, and it loads faster. So that's nice. And the padding horse control is a little wonky. I don't know what that's about. But apart from that, it's pretty much the same game. I regret to tell you. However, it is a great game, and it is my favorite game, and we're doing it on a PS5 now. So there. Serena, channel moderator from Down Under from Australia, Starhearts, says, "Hi Antonio and everyone. I might not be able to make it as I have family over for the weekend. It's Mother's Day tomorrow, and we are doing things. I have liked it. Full support. And you have a PS5. Awesome. I will definitely watch later for sure. Love you all." We love you as well, Serena. And so does Sadie, and she says, "Happy Mother's Day." You know, the thing about Australia is you know, you got the kangaroos, and the mama kangaroos have a pouch. They carry their babies in a little kangaroo pouch. And you know, that's a wonderful metaphor for motherhood. I feel that all of us in some form or another are yearning for the safety and security and warmth and comfort of that kangaroo pouch one more time. And yeah, I miss my mother. I'm not ashamed to admit it. I'm happy to admit it. And but happy Mother's Day to all of you who are mothers or have mothers, and be sure to call them or thank them or hug them or take them out to dinner or buy them some flowers, because they deserve it. You only have one mother. And J Lash with the thumbs ups. I appreciate you, friend. Thank you, J Lash. Thud93 Factory says, "Good to see you after a long time, Super Antonio." Good to see you as well, Mr. 93. And thank you for watching. Happy Friday. Happy Mother's Day. It just occurred to me that I'm wearing a pink shirt. It's not Mother's Day, but you know, it's like it's a bold fashion choice. A pink shirt.
Abigail says he's dying,
and a
Dutch.
pink,
we'll have to stop someplace.
Pink pocket square.
Okay, Arthur's out looking. I sent him up ahead.
Starting the game all over again. But yeah, pink is a bold fashion choice.
Soon,
but, we have to be bold on the channel.
Whether it's May.
Fortune favors the bold.
Got as lost as we did. There.
Or so they say.
Arthur, any luck?
I found a place
Hold
where
on a
we
second.
can get some
I gotta
shelter.
do this.
Let Davy rest while he, you know, an old mining town, abandoned. It ain't far. Come on, come on! Yeah.
Okay. So where were we? Yeah, PS5. We're starting over. We're going to do a Free Roam Fridays, Chapter 2, PS5 Free Roam playthrough. And it's going to be glorious. However, I got this game mostly for The Last of Us, and for all the new PS5 games like Stellar Blade, for sure. Chapter 1, Coulter, stay here. Stay. Thank you. Thank you, stay. Cloudy's here. Cloudy says, "Howdy, y'all. Greetings, Cloudy. Happy Friday." Spent all week playing The Last of Us on PS5, The Last of Us Remake, which is completely different than The Last of Us Remastered. The PS5 Last of Us is called The Last of Us Part 1. The PS4 remake is called The Last of Us Remastered. Subtle difference, but there's nothing subtle in the upgrade you get.
Blankets we have. Mr.
we'll
Pearson,
talk about.
see what we've got in
There's
terms of
Davy.
food.
Davy's gone.
Davy's dead.
Yeah,
There was
you can
nothing more.
you know, once you
could have done.
finish the game,
What are we gonna do?
they've
We
got
need
all
supplies.
sorts of all
First
sorts
of all,
of
you're going to stay
perks.
here. And you were gonna
in
get
addition to
yourself
New
warm.
Game Plus.
Now, I sent John and Mike scouting out
They've
ahead.
got
Arthur and I,
different skins you
We're
can
gonna ride out.
unlock, and
See if we
there's
can find
there's
one
a
of
game
them.
in-game commentary.
Just for
Callum,
a
me
short
boy,
bit.
Callum's
Now,
here.
see what other choice we
Papa
have.
One was asking about you, Callum. Callum says, "Hey guys,
Listen.
and Antonio, I missed you all very much. I
to me,
apologize
all
for not
you
being in the
from home.
streams for a while. I went for
Now, we've
into
had
a rough patch for a month. I'm sorry to
bad
hear that,
couple of
Callum.
days.
I hope you're through it, and I hope you're better. And I'm glad
I
you're here,
loved
friend.
Davy.
Feel free to
Jenny.
reach out to anyone in the chat. I don't know if you have Papa One or
Sean,
Mama
Mac.
One's or
might be
Serena's
okay.
email,
We don't
but you
know.
can always talk to those kind
lost some folks.
and sensitive
Now,
hearts.
If I could
Cloudy
throw
says, I just
myself
wished they added
in the
the
ground
online
in
mode
their
for the
stead,
remake. Sad
do it.
emoticon.
gladly,
I'm loving the remake, Cloudy.
we're
I'm
going to
obsessed
ride
with
out.
it. Anyways, you
We're
have
gonna
cheats
find
in the
some
PS5.
food.
You have
Everybody,
infinite ammo, infinite health.
we're
You know, it's
safe
pretty much God mode.
Now, there ain't
So I want to
nobody
do, and Cloudy, you'll
following
understand
us
this, an
through a storm
infinite
like this
speed
one.
run,
By the time they get here,
infinite grounded
we're gonna
speed
be-
run, where we can
we're
just
gonna be long
Terminator
gone.
through all those
we've been through worse
clickers
than
and
this before.
fireflies. I think it'll be a lot
Mr.
of fun.
Pearson,
I'm not going to do it on this
Miss
playthrough
Grimshaw,
with this
I
Joel,
need
but
you to turn
we
this
are going to
place
craft a Joel
into a camp.
for
may be
cheating. I
here
know we
for a
don't
few
cheat on
days.
this channel, but
Now,
I
all of
cannot
you,
resist. It's a
all
nice
of you,
perk, and we're
Get
going to do it.
yourselves warm.
Callum says, recently
Stay
broke up with
strong.
my now ex-girlfriend after being lied to
Stay
and manipulated,
with me.
physically and mentally abused for 5
We ain't
months, but
done yet.
I held on to her because
Come on,
she
Arthur.
needed me. If she didn't,
right.
I would have left her earlier. I'm sorry to hear that, Callum.
We ain't run into
And
them
I
yet.
don't know what to say,
So,
friend. That's
They both must have headed down the hill.
that's
Hey,
that's the
I ain't
price.
had time to ask.
With great love comes great misery.
What really went down back there on that boat?
You know, it's a roller coaster
miss you.
romance, ups
That's
and
what happened.
downs,
Come on.
and there's always compromise involved. And,
Hey.
but
You need horses? Oh,
you're
yeah.
fine.
Hey,
Mama
Mr.
One's
Smith,
here. Happy
there's
Mother's
something
Day,
doors.
Mama One.
Press
I
that hand.
really wanted to say that. Papa One's
I'll
here.
live. Get indoors,
Everyone say
son.
hi to Mama One and Papa One. Yeah, Callum is here. Callum
Need you strong.
had a little trouble with his lady friend. I'm sorry to say, but he'll get through it. You're young. You'll bounce back.
Come on.
You'll meet
let's
someone
go.
else. I know it doesn't.
Sure
You might
what
not
we're gonna
feel that
find
way
out
right
here,
now,
Dutch.
We have
but
to try.
the
Stay
heart,
close.
the human heart,
We'll
is
do our best to
resilient
stick to the trail.
and mysterious.
Damn.
And yeah,
Been
it's
2
just
days or more like this now. Oh, it has to blow
it's
over
just
soon.
good practice for the next one, Callum. You'll be fine. I know you will. I trust you. Callum says, all good now, mate. If anything, I'm glad I got the easy way out of the relationship after all of the lies. And Mama One says, thanks, Super Antonio. Sadie also says, happy Mother's Day to you. Sometimes I think she misses her mama. Anytime she sees a pit bull,
believe we lost
she's
Davy,
always
too.
very happy and friendly, and I know it's because it reminds her of her mama.
No more. We need to get
Cloudy
those
says,
people
Super
warm
Antonio, how about a
and fed.
permadeath run on The
Least we
Last of
don't
Us
need to
remake?
worry about Pinkertons
What's
tailing
permadeath?
us in this.
Cloudy, I have to look that up. Callum says, I did have a run-in with a new lady friend 5 days after, although that sounds bad, it's
You're the
definitely
only
what I
one
needed.
I can rely on to stay strong
Yes,
right
sometimes
now.
you have to get over someone by getting under someone and vice versa. Permadeath. Permadeath is game mode where dying results in reset of progress, either the entire game, the current act, or the current chapter, depending on the chosen setting. That's funny. Well, yeah, permadeath with all the cheats enabled, unlocked. Sure, why not? Maybe. We'll see. And Mama says, I thank you, and thank you, Sadie.
Place is blazing with light and noise. Sounded like a
Mother's
party.
Day.
Let's go see.
Follow
And
me.
Mama One says, it's great to see you as
How's
well,
Davey
Callum.
doing?
Callum's, and Papa One says, Callum, I'm glad you're back with us. I'm sorry to hear about your relationship.
Davey was a real
Miko
fighter.
Herptile
Both
is
of them
also here.
counting the
Greetings,
boys
Miko.
is
He says, hello, Super Antonio, Sadie, Serena, J Lash, Cloudy, Callum, Mama One, Papa One, and thud. Greetings, Miko. How are you? Happy Mother's Day to you, friend. And happy Friday. Mama One says, hey, Miko.
Ask him if he's seen John.
So, can you see a difference with the PS5? It's not as dark. The graphics are crisper. You should be able to see that.
Things always turn out right for that boy.
I hope Mac and Sean
But it's
are still out there
it's essentially the
somewhere,
same game. It just loads,
too. Move up, Arthur. I'll
you
cover
know,
the rear.
infinitely faster. Papa One says, Miko, glad you're here, my friend. And Callum says, yeah, Papa One, it was upsetting thinking about everything I went through. I'm not sad that I left her, though, as I was never happy with her. Mom One says, hey, Cloudy. Papa One says, Cloudy, I hope you are well. And Miko says, sorry to hear that, Callum. Cloudy says, howdy, Miko and Callum. And Callum says, very controlling, also wasn't able to speak to any of my friends or anyone at all. And hello to Cloudy and Miko. Yeah, she sounds like she wasn't the right one for you, friendo.
I'm glad you're feeling so good about it. Where are all the others?
18 viewers in the chat. Welcome, friends. Appreciate you. Happy Friday. Happy Mother's Day.
Ain't much.
And
So, this house.
we have a PS5 now. So we're going to free roam in the PS5 in Chapter 2. Callum says, that's a nice suit, by the way. Antonio, thank you, Callum. I wanted a light gray suit because of James Bond in I believe Spectre. He wore a suit like this. His was by Tom Ford, however, which costs as much as a used car. This one is much less expensive by Calvin Klein.
Let's head down there.
Papa One says, Callum, sometimes it's for the best that a relationship doesn't work out. I'm glad that she revealed her true colors early on instead of years later. Callum says, agreed, Papa One. May have to come to America in a year or two and try the ladies out over there. They will love you, Callum. They will love your accent. I recommend it. I highly recommend it. What was I going to say? Okay, two things, Papa One. This will, like, make the 18 viewers in the chat go away. I'm sorry to say, but I had to mention it. This week in 47 News, I thought of you specifically, my friend. The White House is not
Let me
celebrating
handle this. We don't
Pride
wanna
Month.
spook these fine people.
What's that about? And apparently, in the White House budget, they have $200 million allocated to get like rainbow flags and balloons and
Get yourself out of sight.
leather chaps and I don't know what, all the stuff, the streamers and stuff to celebrate Pride Month, and all of that
Micah, get down behind
taxpayer
that.
money has been reallocated to Papa One. Veteran homelessness and Veterans Affairs. How do you like that? I was so happy. I was so proud. I can't think of a modern president who supported the troops as much as this one. And I was just so proud and so happy for him and for you and for your brothers and sisters. And what was I going to say? Yeah, not since Eisenhower.
My friends and I, well, we got into
What's that
some
about?
trouble up the way.
And then the second
Lost
thing
in the storm.
that he likes to troll the media.
Gentlemen.
And so I don't know how serious he is, but he wants to reopen Alcatraz.
We got a problem.
And I'm like, sure, why not? Go for it. I don't think you can. I mean, I think you'd have to build an entirely new Supermax and plop it down on on the south side of Alcatraz or something like that. But yeah, if you want to do it, go for it.
I think you should go now, buddy.
But I don't know how serious he was. He also said he wanted to be Pope. Because it's funny. So it might be that kind of situation. But yeah, I just thought I thought of you, Papa One. I like doing a little bit of news updates every week. Callum says, how's Serena doing, by the way? She seems to be doing well. She was here earlier, Callum, and I'm sure she would love to hear from you. She's just, playing with her PS5, very busy with family stuff. Papa One says, it's such a privilege to finally have a president that keeps his word and truly cares for vets. Yeah. I mean, I don't say this lightly, but God bless President Trump. Sorry, algorithm. Okay. Oh, and then you get a little thing on PS5 called haptic feedback, where it just like it buzzes and it's like, and it vibrates, and so that's what we're fooling around with here, is just paying attention to the haptic feedback. Mom once says, I love Alcatraz. We went there in 2013, and it was cool to see. It's also a great movie. From the 90s, Michael Bay. Papa once says, amen. Yeah.
Turn the place upside down.
Calum says, I was not aware you have a PS5 also. Yeah, I got one for The Last of Us, Calum, because I loved that game so much. And I saw, I got it on PS4, and then I rebought it on PS5 because, they completely updated the graphics. They had The Last of Us World and combat mechanics and AI from The Last of Us 2, but they plopped it down into The Last of Us 1. So you get all of the strengths and none of the weaknesses.
Maybe they're hiding up here too.
And Papa one says, yeah, Calum, Super Antonio has gotten fancy. We finished LA Noire as well. Yes, we did. But we're going to have a lot of fun with The Last of Us. You got no idea. Oh. I spent all week playing The Last of Us. Started on a second playthrough so we could max Joel out. Calum says, I missed the LA Noire streams. And Calum says, I might have to give them a watch in the morning. Yeah, I'd appreciate that, Calum.
Maybe move the women and Jack down here.
But I'm glad you're here now. I know it's past your bedtime. Did everyone watch the GS5 trailer? Or the GTA 6 trailer? PS5, on PS5. Yeah, the GTA 6 trailer came out. Papa One, you are not mistaken. The streams are still up. I keep the streams up. Calum says, going on holiday June 2nd to Marmaris in Turkey for a week. Interesting. I never heard of Marmaris. But I would assume, I mean, it's Turkey. So that's a Mediterranean, I guess. I should look that up. And Miko says, Calum got an early dose of the Crimson Capsule, as it were. So, yeah, GTA 6 dropped, or Rockstar dropped a new trailer for GTA 6.
Micah,
And,
Arthur, keep looking for stuff.
And,
Arthur, go see if there's anything in that
I saw something on Xwitter that was very interesting. It's a very impressive trailer. Cloudy says, I did. GTA 6 looks amazing, and I wanted to read it to you. It's from an account called Friend Kada. And he's got like 10,000 subs or followers. And it's called Some of the Technical Details I Noticed in the New GTA 6 trailer as a Professional Game Artist. Muscles deform realistically on characters.
What's going on?
Let's see, what else? Car mirrors finally have realistic reflections. Light passing through glass produces refractions. Yeah, I just watched the trailer and thought it looked amazing, and these are all the elements why it looks amazing. Sweat drips from characters' bodies. Beer forms realistic foam and bubbles. Cars get really dirty. High quality volumetric clouds. That's for you, Cloudy. Hair has some quite complex physics simulation.
An old mining camp southwest of here, near the lake.
What are you?
Body parts actually jiggle when characters move around. Callum. Individually molded coins in the cash register. That's interesting. Metal fence appears to be actual geometry. Yeah, it's all fractals.
Well, I would say it looks like
a raccoon caught rummaging through the garbage. I wonder if these will be found in the open world, or is it just for this cutscene? Blades of grass are individually modeled. police car project light on the wall. Water realistically deforms as vehicles travel through it. And the water rendering in general is on another level. Highly detailed explosions look better. Leaves pile up in the corners of buildings. Parallax occlusion mapping on sand material. And the hair shader produces impressive results. Also, traffic density has increased significantly. I'll tell you two things I noticed. There's a cutscene. It's a cutscene, but Jason is carrying a 6-pack, and it looks like light beer, Bud Light, and the packaging has an American flag. It's very prominently displayed, Papa One, and that's nice. Also, the gun store girls. There's a gun store commercial, and they're wearing MAGA hats or the Vice City equivalent. I mean, they're red hats with white lettering. I can't really tell what they say. Make Rockstar great again. Murga. And not for nothing, I will go on record as saying that when you play this game a year from now, and you get 2 playable characters, Jason and Lucia, but I guarantee Lucia will be the boss. She will be the brains of the operation, the criminal mastermind. She will plan all the heists and control the plot. She will also be a better shot and better fighter. She'll have all the combat skills. She will be the best at everything, and Jason will be her little helper. Why, you may ask? Because you are not allowed to have men in charge anymore. At least not in video games, movies, and TV. But men can get pregnant now, and you can wear a pretty summer dress. So there's that. Everything's a trade-off. Sadie's under the desk. She doesn't like it when we get political. Mom once says, did you see on the news where a lady was arrested because they pulled her over and her pet raccoon was partaking in her meth pipe? I did not. That's horrible. That poor raccoon. That's animal abuse. Calm says, it's been hard looking for a job in the UK this year as a lot of companies aren't able to take on new workers with the high raise in wages, etc. But hopefully I can get a job before my holiday. And Cloudy says, you can see they used lots of the Red Dead Redemption 2 animal models with the wet fur effect.
It is going to be okay.
Interesting, Cloudy. I didn't really parse the video. I just watched it once and I was like, yeah, that looks interesting.
We need to get out of here.
Miko says the GTA 6 trailer got some people saying the characters look like Red Dead Redemption 2 characters, especially Lucia, who looks like Mary Linton. I didn't think she looked like Mary, but I'm sure they reuse a lot of those skins. You know, it's just cutting and pasting the code
Safe now.
and just tweaking the Mary file.